What's up, metalheads and death rockers out there? I got Juan Blak from BlaK SundaY right after this.
Welcome, headbangers, to the Metal Block. Here is your host, Eric.
That explosion, that's going to be our asses in a little bit. We are also going to do this, everyone out there. I got Juan Blak. We're going to talk BlaK SundaY, his band. Then we're also going to, like, in between stuff, we're just going to casually, like it's no big deal, just, eat some hot nuts.
Just a little snack.
Yeah, just a little snack. We're going to snack on some hot nuts, level one.
Snack. Oh.
Yep. What does level one say? Is like, are you ready for this? Yeah. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. Rough week, kind of, but the weekend's kind of
Yeah.
Got a little rest, so getting ready.
Are you guys in the direction of that eclipse that's supposed to be coming on Monday? Are you like in the?
Yeah, I believe so.
Unfortunately,
because there's some parts of Indiana they're getting like a big heavy tourist thing for people coming down for the eclipse.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like if you need a hotel room anywhere, you're not.
Yeah, people are freaking out everywhere. They're all saying it's the rapture's coming and all kinds of shit.
Oh God, I wish the rapture would come take these people. I'm tired of seeing them. Damn.
Yeah, and then people here in Portland, they freak out over every little thing. They go to the grocery store and they buy up all the toilet paper and cat food, and it's like all the shelves are bare every time it snows.
Jeez.
I can imagine what the eclipse is going to do. Even though they can't see it, they're still going to probably freak out and go hog up everything in the grocery stores.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody's getting all crazy and prepared for it, and it's probably going to end up being too cloudy. No one's going to see shit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, did you get because I got free glasses from Amazon? I don't know if like everyone's got them. I posted it on Facebook earlier, but it's like, come home from work and I see a box. I was like, whoa, something I ordered. Maybe it's Christmas time. And I open it. It's like
I haven't
glasses.
I'll take a look. Maybe I'll find a surprise. But
my thing is like, I wonder if this is like a promo that Bezos, just maybe or he's being nice to everybody that orders from Amazon or something. And let's give everybody free glasses, even though like shouldn't he check the direction that the eclipse is going? That way he's not wasting money on people who ain't gonna be able to see it.
I'll probably just like buy a couple pair of glasses from like Kroger or something.
Yeah, it could be like Donald Trump, man. Just like look up there and
hey, what's that up there?
Yeah. Fucking orange man. So Juan Blak, you're in BlaK SundaY. You got so many projects, but this is like your main one. This has always been your main band for the past how many years? Like give the Metal Block audience a little bit of history, like when you started or when you formed. And
all right, well, this version BlaK SundaY has been going on since like 2017.
Okay.
Originally it was just Blak, and it started like in LA, like after the end of my other band. Yeah,
I remember that when it was just Blak.
Yeah. And then eventually, just like around about 2017, I was like, you know what? Change the direction a little bit. Let's change the name. Try to get because it's like there's so many different things called Blak at the time. So looking for us was almost impossible.
At
least
were you aware of the movie BlaK SundaY? Like, did that name come from that, or
the name? While I was aware of the movie, the name actually didn't come from that. The idea came because I was like, do you remember that show Salem?
Oh yeah, okay.
I was watching it, and they were like, this guy was preachers. I was like, it's having witches, BlaK SundaY, and I'm like, it was kind of dumb, but then all the time it's like, ooh, I like that name.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it, let's change the name to that.
Yeah.
That way we can stand out a little bit. It's made a difference. Like so far, most like searches, you'll get us and a Cypress Hill album, which that's fine.
Yeah, that's when I was googling you guys. Was like all that popped up.
Yeah, I mean that's a good album too. So if I'm going to be in the same search engine with something,
yeah. And that's always a clever thing to do if you're going to have it, like, especially just when you have a brand name, you kind of want something similar to something else that's bigger. That way, you'll always pop up in that Google search quicker.
Yeah, but not too much to where it's like we're like buried.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because there was like with Blak, there was like probably about like 20 different hip hop groups called Blak or different versions of that.
Yeah,
bunch of rock bands. metal band.
The only time that's not a good idea is don't name your band Dildo, because you search that shit and that's all you'll see.
I mean,
maybe though, right?
well, I add something to it, like like
Dildo
Sunshine
fuckers.
Dildo or something. I don't know. Play Lollapalooza.
now, so you basically started in LA pretty much, but like, so this lineup here, and then you're in Indiana now. Is that where you guys are based
Yeah,
out of?
Indianapolis.
So who is all left from the original BlaK? Are you pretty much the main?
Me.
Yeah, just you. Okay.
That's it.
You're the founder. You're the leader.
Yeah.
You're the president, the CEO.
President, CEO. I'm not just the founder of BlaK SundaY. I'm also a client.
Yeah, you're also a client, right?
Yeah.
Like all of us in bands, like, especially back in the day, we were our roadies, we were our managers, we were our bookers. Multitasking shit.
Yeah, we all can't afford to have people do that for us.
Yeah, right. Now, who's in the band now? Like, so let's give it a little bit of a roll call as far as who do you got? Who's your musicians now that you're playing with when you play live?
We have our more recent addition. It's Echo Moonstar.
Okay.
They're our guitar player.
Okay.
And we have our another like recent addition who's very new. C. Williams. They're our bass player.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then we have Patrick Phillips, who is our drummer.
Cool.
And Leah Andrews, who's our synth player.
Okay, cool.
If I mess up somebody's name, they're gonna kill me at band practice next time.
You remind me of who was it? I think it was what guy was that? He has a band. Oh, George Lynch. He can never remember, like, because he has so many different members in his solo band. Like Bob Rules and Eddie Trunk was asking him, like, so who's your bass player? He's all, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. I just met the guy like the other day. It's like, because he's like, damn, you don't even know your own band members. Like, I guess they just sit because they just come and go. Like, but he just does a lot of hired guns though. So it's like for him, It's like a business. What happens so do you go through a lot of members because do you find that maybe they just don't fit or they just go on to something else or?
Mostly just everybody kind of like everybody right now. Current lineup has been since last year.
Okay.
We had another guitar player before that, but she wasn't able to stick around because she has a lot of other projects.
Yeah.
They don't have time. Yeah. Previous bandmates, everybody, kind of went their own different directions, because eventually everybody just wants to kind of move on and do their own thing. So.
Yeah. They're all like free agents, right?
Yeah. Like my guitar player, he's like 2 other bands right now because he just started up another one.
Yeah.
Not sure what my old bass player is doing. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if he still jams or not with them.
Is chemistry on stage very important to you? Like, in other words, like,
when you get somebody
in the band, like you got to have that one person or 2 people or whoever's in the band. You want to have that good chemistry live, right? Like, So.
Yeah, it definitely helps to be able to connect with your bandmates live because if you're not connected with them, everybody's going to notice.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, but the audience can feel those vibes, like if there's
yeah, and especially musically too. It's like if because sometimes if band members aren't feeling each other, sometimes things can be off because they're like,
yeah.
But when everybody's kind of vibing with each other, then the music works better together.
That's what I noticed about, like, I saw Guns N' Roses a couple of years. It was like my first time seeing them, but they're just together now just for the money. Like, they're not even those 3 guys. They hate each other. They all travel differently, but I just felt that on the stage, even though they were moving around and putting on a good show. But I just felt like I could just tell, like, those guys don't like each other.
Yeah, they're being professional about it, but really, it's last one punch Axel.
Yeah.
For funsies.
It's gotta be crazy. Yeah, it's gotta be crazy when you get to that level to where it's just like a business. It's always gonna be like a business, but when it's just purely a business only,
I think
back in the day.
I think at that point I'm like that money better be good because I don't think I'd do that.
Right.
Then again, it's Guns N' Roses, so they probably shelled out a bunch of money for them. Like, come on.
Now, this new album that you guys released recently is called Songs of Love, Death, and Revolution. I love that
Mhm.
album cover. I love the colors, it pops, you know.
Actually, the guitar player I was talking about, the previous guitar player before that,
Mhm.
they were involved with that.
Okay, cool.
From Astra Studios.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
actually designed by them.
Looks really nice. So this album, like, 'cause it's got a lot of songs. It's got like 15 tracks on it. Is
Mhm.
this considered like an actual studio album? Or is this more like a compilation of your past music and present music? Because it's really good. There's a lot of
Both
different.
actually,
Yeah,
a
because I
little bit
noticed
of
this.
both. You
Hmm.
know, because we like a lot of songs. There's like sort of like re-releases or kind of like remasters of previously released songs.
Hmm.
We got like 2 different versions of Our War on there. You know,
Yeah. I noticed that because you have the
uh,
artificial zero
yeah.
remix, whatever, and you got the original remix.
And just like we have like a new version of a Chaos Lover on there,
Hmm.
and then we have like a couple live tracks and a couple new songs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's show the audience a little bit of Chaos Lover here. Just to give the audience a nice little preview of what we're talking about.
yeah.
Star-crossed lovers, the tragic tale. The world will never understand me and you. We were doomed the moment we knew that the world is always against me and you. Chaos lover, we were born to die. Everything goes black in the blink of an eye. Chaos lover, we were born to lose. Each other's pain is what we chose.
Yeah, I love that. I love the chorus. I love there's the guitar chords that are doing it. It's almost like I think it's using like an add 9 or fourth. That I love the sounds of those when they
Oh yeah.
and who produced that? Because to me that sounds very well produced as far as
That
like
was
that should be on
Justin
the
Hall.
radio. That's Justin,
That-
right? Or
Yeah,
that's our
that
boy
was Justin on that one.
Yeah,
That's our homie Justin.
yeah. We
Yeah,
did.
he fucking put it together on that shit.
Yeah, because
As the kids used to say, he put his foot in it.
yeah. And you sing really good on it. I love the way your vocals sound. I mean, it's just this perfect melody. You know, that's like actually one of my favorite tracks on the album that I was listening to. When you wrote that, like, how did this song come about? Like, what was like, who was all involved in the writing of it? Was it just you? Like, who came up with what first as far as melody, lyrics?
Because technically, that song is probably about 10 years old. Technically,
Yeah.
as far as
Mm-hmm.
that's first, like, I wrote the lyrics, and then I pretty much worked it out with my old bandmates at the time. One of them being our homie Gene.
Yeah.
You know, so and it just basically went from there and then progressed through that.
How did it become this? Like, what was the idea that you said, okay, you know what, I want to bring this back. I think I can make it better. And you got Justin on your team.
Oh, we talked about it. I wanted something, a little bit more like a little more gothier, maybe a little bit more danceable, maybe. So, and
you know what that's called? Because like, when I hit the keyboard that's going ding 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 ding, the bass or whatever, how it starts or whatever. I'm always wondering, like, what is that called? Because I need some of that in the songs I have written, but I don't know what that's called. Is it a synchronized? Yeah, I need to ask Justin. Like, how do you get that sound? I need that kind of a keyboard but then ding 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 ding. Because I hear it a lot in like gothic music. And
I'm probably the worst person to ask about that because I'm like, what's that note? I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to
it's a note that makes a sound, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I got that MIDI controller thing because we're trying to learn that Studio One stuff. And I'm thinking, I wonder if it's on that because I always see people that use that thing. And I'm thinking maybe that's what that sound is. It's used. you hear like Depeche Mode has it, and like a lot of those like
Oh yeah,
goth bands, and
yeah. It makes some really nice little
yeah,
hooks and stuff. I
yeah. I
really
mean,
like
it
that.
gives it that sound, which makes that genre of music sound really cool. And one of my favorite songs of all time with you is always been "Our War." Um, I love the ferocity of it. Like I think I got this version here of I think this.
Today, the hate boiling over white supremacists and countered protesters fighting with fists and clubs.
The result was a bloody scene where 5 people were stabbed and several others.
And say the 21-year-old high school dropout was a loner, an unabashed racist with a deep hatred for black people.
Very fine people.
Their message to immigrants: you're not wanted here.
Very fine people.
Powerful song.
Oh yeah.
What was the inspiration behind? Obviously, the world is the way it is, and just the
Yeah,
stuff
I mean, it's pretty much all just.
Mhm.
It was just I wanted to cover like the bases with a few different things, and it was like because there's just so much shit going on, and at the time when I made the video, that's when things got worse for, the years with the "He Who Shall Not Be Named."
Yeah, right.
And it was just like I it was like a song where I like covered just like there's people basically being assholes, fucking racism, fucking.
What was the reception of this song when it came out? And does it still hold up today? Like, would you play it live? Do you still play it live as part of your life?
We're going to be playing it live again soon.
Yeah.
It's like because we haven't had chances to actually work on the song in the new set with everybody else.
Yeah. To me, this is the kind of song that if it was marketed just right with the right marketing, this should be a big anthem, for like especially the stuff we go through. But
and it was like a lot of people like this is one of their favorite songs that I've talked to that listen to us and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at the time, it got us a lot of shit too from usual trolls.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do people like the trolls? What kind of shit do they give you?
They're like this is stupid. This is
yeah.
this, and then of course immediately they turn it. And this is before they were using the woke, though. This
before that. Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, this is stupid liberal shit and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. How do you see woke? Woke is a big thing. Like, what is your take on woke? Like, what is woke to you?
I mean,
it's all about being aware of injustices and all this stuff like that. But then there's the people that take it to
it's a phrase that originally came from the black community.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'll just say it because I know some people watching, some might be on that side, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But a lot of the white conservatives, they take the word and there's like they need another buzzword, like 1 year it's Antifa, the next year now it's like oh woke, everything they don't like is woke, it was just like
I feel like a lot of them they feel threatened by it, like they feel threatened, like in other words, like they feel like
it's like if you don't like woke, then stay sleepy, bitch. It's like people are just so afraid of change. They just want to keep things like the way that they are, or just go back to certain things the way that they used to be, like between the 60s and the 70s. It's like it's a whole new era. You can't do that.
Yeah, what gets me is like when they deny like, there's nothing wrong with cops. There's no racist cops. It's just there's a few bad apples here and there, but You know, and yeah, there's a lot of bad apples because even like the
Yeah.
one
They're
that,
right. They're right. There's a few bad apples. It's more than that. It's a majority of it's bad apples. That's the fucking problem.
And most of them, the ones that keep silent about it, is the bad apples. And when it comes to that,
you know, I get a lot of them like they join like the police force, stuff like that, thinking they can make a difference.
Yeah,
but you know, maybe they have like a certain thing in their mind that they're thinking once they're going through the academy and everything, but once they're there and they're with their peers and everything, it's a whole different story, you know?
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
Well, you know, I tried to pull up because you have let's talk about that song ACAB, right? You have all cops are bastards. Let's say it out loud.
Yeah,
all cops are bastards.
All cops are bastards. Yes.
Even though I have a couple friends that are cops, I have a family member that's a cop. You know, I remember you asked me to be in the video or whatever. I was like, well, I don't know. I got some friends that are like, and I know them personally, and I know they're not bastards, but at the same time, it's like, but I know what you're saying. The majority of like, and the ones that, like you were saying, like, they keep quiet about the ones who are corrupt, and those are they're bastards as well. And it's abuse of power, man. It's that fucking bad.
And that's what it comes down to. Just like, you know, power corrupts, and you know what better thing to corrupt, you know, a corruptible power there is than like having a badge and a gun.
I mean, I'd be on the Max, you know, like we have like what's called the Max. It's like the public train or whatever, and you get your buses. I don't know if you guys have those in Indiana or where you're at.
We do.
We have the security comes on there, and they're like, I guess they're like the lower levels of cops, and even they try to act all badass, and you know, just all they got is like pretty much like a mace on their side. And, you know,
I remember them from LA. We had someone from LA on the
same
transit.
You ever had to try to ride for free, and you always had to hope that they're not on and shit?
I did that so often. Oh my god. Got busted a couple times.
Yeah, me too. Like when I'd always somehow I'd always talk myself out. I'd be like, oh, you know, I was rushed out of the house and I left it. We'll bring it next time. It's like fuck. Fucking ACAB, man. So what? When you wrote that song, like, did you get a lot of heat from that?
Not only do we get a lot, get a lot of heat from, like, you know, the same trolls and stuff like that, but also the video. I guess it's like kind of shadow banned still.
Yeah, you know, I tried to pull the video. That's what I said. I was trying to pull the video up, but it wouldn't let me download it. I used a 4K downloader, and it kept saying, "Cannot parse this video." And so, I wanted to show it.
Let's see if you should have if I knew that. I have the file from I would send it to you. Okay. But yeah, they age restricted it, which I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess there was a couple scenes in there, like the flaming police car. You know, I guess that. Yeah. All right, I'll let you have that, but it's like it's a video that. Okay, as you compare it to like our war, it should be the views of it should be at least half of that, and it's still the views on that. It's not even at 400.
Yeah, that's what gets me. Your music is really good, and your music has that sound to where it should have that many views. I think a lot of it's just the marketing and the fact that we're in the swamp of everybody's on YouTube and everybody and their grandma's on Spotify and iTunes. And I always like to say everybody and their grandma's there, but to your friends back home, you're a rock star, you know.
And it doesn't help much now. We're all fighting the algorithm now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fighting the algorithms. And this is like, you know, you have those distant cousins hitting you up. Hey, I saw you on iTunes. Can I borrow $100? You're a rich rock star. I'm like, fuck you, man. I get paid 0.000 cents per stream.
No shit.
You know what time it is, man?
Yeah, time for
one nut. We're gonna do the number one. And I got some.
I thought you were about to say we're gonna do the one nut challenge.
The one nut challenge. If we can get through the one nut, we'll get it to the two nut, and I think we'll probably we'll see how this first. Because like I said, I did this with my friend, man, and I swear to God, I felt the first one was the hottest one, and I can't remember if we made it all the way through or not. But we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna interrogate you on some other stuff.
Unlike last time, what you know, I did. Oh, yeah. Last time I did these, actually, I did have to have the bag because I was sharing these. That's right.
Yeah. Oh shit! Don't rub your eyes, man.
Oh.
Everybody out there, we're doing what's called the Death Nut Challenge. This is 3.0, and it's basically got Carolina Reaper, Scorpion, the Scorpion. You got the nuts there. I got mine here. I don't want to put it in my hands because I'm going to rub my eyes and shit.
I should have brought me a towel over here. I was like, oh wait.
Yeah. And then so it's got 3 different types of peppers in it or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carolina Reaper, Scorpion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Napkins. My spouse is awesome. Anyway.
I'm actually scared of this first one, but
I'm scared. A level 3 is where I'm going to start worrying.
Yeah, me too. Are you ready?
Cheers, mate.
Motherfucker.
Tasty.
Yeah, not that bad.
But also, this is like, ooh, that's sneaking up. That's level 1. Oh dear.
Oh, when I swallowed it.
Oh dear. Oh. Oh, level 1, huh? Level 1. Oh, okay. I see you. All right.
Man.
And for everybody that says I'm a weenie for already drinking milk, screw you.
Fuck that shit, man. Fuck, man. That was just the first one.
Oh no.
Almost feel like throwing in the towel.
Oh no.
So let me ask you this one while you're burning your mouth up. What was your earliest exposure to music?
Oh God.
Music
My
in
mother.
general. Yeah?
My mother was damn. This is what they go do on Hot Ones, huh?
Yep. We're ripping off Hot Ones, man.
That was level 1. Are you kidding me?
I know, shit. I don't even know if we'll make it to level 2. Shit.
Yeah, I don't. I'm so far. I don't have a lot of confidence getting past level 3 for this one either.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So your mother.
My mom. Wait, what did you say about my mom? No.
I know your mama. Your mama.
My mom was heavily into all kinds of music.
Yeah.
Like late 70s, you know. Actually, more like mid 70s.
Yeah.
My mom was big on Diana Ross.
Diana Ross. Okay.
Yes, Alice Cooper.
Oh, cool.
So she was all over the place. She played drums in a band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She put music out.
Yeah. Don't think she ever put music out. It was just something that she was doing for fun with a friend of hers.
Oh, cool. She have a band or anything? Like play local gigs or anything?
Yeah, I was like really young.
Yeah.
I was like about 4 or 5.
Cool.
I remember her doing it.
What song was she playing that made you think like were you in the car and you heard the song on the radio, or that you thought, wow, I like this, you know?
Oh, she was playing stuff all the time in the house, you know?
Yeah. Like, when did you actually find out, like, wow, this is something I really like and I want to listen to music more?
Whenever she played it, it was stuff that I really want to hear more of. I was like, oh, this is great. You know?
Your mom's still with us today?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she passed away when I was 5.
Oh, when you were 5, wow.
Yeah, so I was really young.
So then I guess you didn't. Then who else? Like, so did you have any brothers and sisters that turned you on to other music, or?
No, I was pretty much mostly on my own thing.
Yeah,
because music got me through a lot.
You
know, I was raised with my grandma, and
okay. What was the first like band you got into that you thought like, okay, this is something I want to do, and or like when did you actually discover that you wanted to actually start being in a band? Whether you maybe start out playing guitar, or maybe did you always want to be a singer?
I kind of always did, but I didn't like actually seriously consider actually doing it until there was this. We had this local public access channel, and they'd play stuff, and actually played like one of Alice Cooper's old shows.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, that video that was circling around for a while. I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
the what the fuck was that?
Was it the Midnight Special or something, or?
I don't think it was a Midnight Special. It was another one. Though I could be wrong because this was quite some time ago I saw this.
Yeah, I saw one the other. Came across the Midnight Special the other day with Alice Cooper on it. It was from his $1 Billion Babies concert or whatever.
Right.
album when that came out. Damn, my fucking eyes are tearing up.
Oh man, yeah,
We're crying talking about Alice Cooper.
See, yeah, talk about Alice Cooper brings tears to the eyes.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I watched that show, and I had
Mhm.
never seen anything like that before, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I want to do that.
you want to do that? Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, that's solidified. Like that's it. That's what I want to do.
How old were you? You think? Remember?
Oh God,
Early teens
I
or
was
still?
probably I was probably like 8,
Okay, yeah.
7 or 8.
It was trip out because when I was like, shit, up until I was at least 14, I wasn't really even thinking about being in a band or doing any music. It was like just playing with toys, you know, He-Man,
Oh yeah,
Planet of the Apes, and Star
oh
Wars.
God.
I had all those things. And, you know, I'd listen to music that like Journey, and Men at Work. I remember all the bands from the 80s. Yeah. It wasn't until I met Tony in high school and said, "Hey, want to be in a band?" I was like, "Yeah." You play guitar? Yeah, I do, but I really didn't. I just lied. Like, ran home, told my grandma, these guys want me in their band. Like, you know, I'm going to be part of the cool kids. Can you buy me a guitar? And like, I just saw Ozzy Osbourne in concert that year. It
Oh
was like
man,
the first concert ever. Seeing Jakey Lee, I'm like, oh, I got to fucking do that, man. I want to do that. I dreamed
yeah.
about playing guitar, but I just didn't have one. And all of a sudden, Tony's like, hey, you want to play guitar for me?
Like, yeah, sure. I want to play guitar.
Yeah.
Let me get
But
one.
none of them even knew how to play. Like they were just all dreamers. Like, oh, let's start a band, but like we don't know what we're doing. You know, it's like, you know, we all just had to learn. We just learned from scratch, man. I remember I used to tune my guitar to any way and just fucking put my finger anywhere on the fucking neck. And
I guess this makes a noise that sounds not too bad. Let's try that.
I remember like Tony's like, yeah, let me hear what you sound like. So I'm hitting the strings open. The top 3 strings, like G, E, B, and I'll go down, down, down. And he's like, "What song is that?" That's Black Sabbath. You know, the song Black Sabbath. Boom, boom, down. But that's what I thought I was playing. But I was just plucking those 3 strings, and even he's like,
sounds like that.
Yeah, he was like, "Damn, that's fucking badass, man. Yeah, you got the gig." Like, okay, dude. Crazy shit. What was your first band that you put together?
Because I had some bands that kind of jump. The first band I actually put together, I think we were calling it Mastema at the time.
Okay.
It was kind of going all different type of directions. It was actually started. Gene was helping me out for a while.
Yeah.
And we had like a couple different guitar players that were helping out here and there.
Oh, that's Gene Miyagi, right?
Yeah, Megaki. Yeah.
Megaki, yeah.
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 Yeah,
He's
the
a
homie.
bass player, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's our homie.
Actually, he plays bass and guitar, but yeah, I mean, he's like full on bass. He's
good musician, though.
Monster.
Yeah, of course, I heard him and played with him a little. I guess I could say I played with him when we did that project together.
oh fuck yeah.
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 We did one of the living, right? Tina Turner song. What made you want to cover Tina Turner? You love Tina Turner, right? I like Tina Turner.
Oh yeah.
I used to have a crush on her when I was in.
Who didn't? You know?
Yeah, when I was going through puberty and MTV and her video would come on, I'd see those legs and shit.
Yeah, Tina. I guess you could say Tina Turner was like Dolly Parton for black people. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, with the hair and the boobs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and just the music and just like the reach, because like everybody likes Tina Turner. You know.
Yeah. She was sexy.
Yeah, and
sexy.
And they love the songs, and her songs were kind of like cross genre, but she was like said herself, she was rock and roll, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like that was like train keep on rolling, even though kind of Motown considered, but I mean, it sounded rock, you know, for back in, you know.
Oh yeah.
And her attitude was what made her like rock and roll or rock, you know.
Oh yeah, and then later on doing songs like David Bowie and Jagger and everything.
Yeah. So what gave you the idea? What made you choose One of the Living for us to all collaborate on?
Well, that was like one of my favorite songs ever, because I remember when Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome came out.
Yeah, me too.
And that video came out on MTV. I was like, oh, this fucking song's badass. This video's great. You know, I loved it. You know, Tim Capello just fucking tearing it with that fucking saxophone solo and everything. It was great. And then, when Tina passed away, I was like, fuck. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I wonder if I can talk anybody into like doing a cover.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that song because when I think of Mad Max, I think of the other one the one that Ghost covered or whatever.
Oh yeah, we don't need another hero.
Yeah,
we don't. I love Ghost, but we don't talk about that cover.
Yeah. I don't like that version.
I'm like, y'all.
Yeah. They do. They're usually good with their covers, but I feel like they missed the mark on that one.
Yeah.
Right voice.
Yeah, usually they do good covers, but yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one they could have not.
Yeah. They should have just.
This was my first time hearing about this, and I'm offended. My spouse is quite offended now because my spouse doesn't really listen to Ghosts, and then then he just heard that he's like,
yeah.
There's no reason not to like him. He about to find Tobias Forge and fight him.
Oh yeah, cool. So, meet you in the ring, bitch.
Go down.
Yeah, let's play a little bit of that. One of the Living here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's me on guitar, you on vocals. We got Justin who produced it, just our good buddy Justin, and he also played drums on it, right?
He played drums and did like the little synth, the synth.
Yeah, did all the synths and everything. Yeah, and then we got Gene Migaki. I can never say his last name right. I'm gonna put Migaki. See, I'm not the only one that does that. Aha. Yeah, sorry about that, Gene. I love you, brother. Cue it up.
A warrior, lost everything, looking for a deal.
But he's just a raggedy man.
Just a raggedy man.
He's quick.
And Bob, you think he can do it?
Maybe.
In the desert sun, every step that you take could be your final one. In the burning heat, hanging on the edge of destruction. You can't stop the pain of your children crying out in your head. They always said that the living will envy the dead. So now you're gonna shoot bullets of fire. Don't wanna fight, but sometimes you got to. You're some soul survivor. There's just one thing you've got to know. You got 10 more thousand miles to go because you're one of the living. And if we can't stick together, one of the living, who's gonna make it tonight?
Congratulations. First 5 the audition.
Yeah, that was fun to play on. That was fun to try to figure that song out because, like, the key was interesting, being in the key of F, and which I thought was kind of weird for them to do.
I'll blow some smoke up your ass for a second, bud, because I really like the riffs, everything. It's like you fucking laid down some fucking good guitar work on that song.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. I tried to get that those little fifths that they do and stuff, but then the solo. That's the first time I ever like did a song where I actually wrote a solo for this song, because usually I like to improvise and just sort of just go crazy. I was thinking, you know what, it's not going to work there. I need to pattern this out and make it like an actual, like a little mini song and shit. So which is what I needed to do, because I'm so used to just making shit up on the spot, and then like, because I like being spontaneous, but also there's times where you do need to sort of write that shit out, and
that worked. It worked out really well.
Yeah, but if I were to ever play that live, let's just say if I ever did, I'd probably end up doing a different solo though, because I can never play the same solo twice. That's just the kind of guitar player I am. I'm sloppy. I'm sloppy and crazy, but I like what I do.
Someday maybe we'll get together and do that live.
Yeah. was like, what did we do? We never called it. We never had a band name for it. It's just Juan Blak, right? You just have that release as Juan Blak.
Yeah. Eventually, I do.
Yeah.
Like we should get a name, but
yeah,
I haven't had time to think about it.
Yeah, me too. Been working on my new music and all the other shit. Yeah. What you got going on as far as oh yeah, let me ask you this, because I know you guys played recently at a little place that looked like the tiny desk or whatever.
Oh yeah.
How did that go? And where was this at?
This was at a place called Books and Brew up in Brownsburg, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I had to do a double take. I even had to go on YouTube and look at the bands that played the Tiny Desk. I'm like, that's got to be the place. Maybe that's where they tape it at. But they tape it in Washington. I guess they tape it in Washington D.C.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I would love to do that.
But I was gonna say that you played a legendary spot, you know.
Oh God, yeah. It was really wild. Like I watched one that Guar played in there. I'm like,
yeah,
well, that's an interesting band to have played there. I love it. It was great.
This place that you played, those bands only play there at the place that you played.
Yeah. They have like regular things. Like they have live music there all the time. Apparently, I'm like,
that's kind of cool,
huh? And it's small. It's like just small as it looked on film.
I could almost bet that the people who put it on probably got the idea from Tiny Desk. I would imagine. You think?
You know, maybe I didn't even think about that, but maybe.
Yeah. I could see them like, hey, we could do that. You know.
and it was cool. I mean, it's a very very intimate setting.
Yeah.
The sound was pretty good in there, though. You know what I mean? Of course, I mean you have walls of Funko Pops, so I guess
cool.
That helps somehow.
Yeah.
Like who knows? The Funko Pops aren't just for looks; they're for help with the sound.
Maybe it's a sign you're gonna get your own Funko Pop, the Juan Blak Funko Pop.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I see it happening. What was the turnout like?
The turnout was actually, I mean, decent. There was people there.
Okay.
I mean, I personally think maybe about half of them were into the live music, and the other half were just kind of wanting to get on with their with their games or whatever.
What do you do after show? Like, do shows like that? Do you do like any meet and greets? Do you have a like? What's your fan base like? So when you're playing like a show, like what? Especially being in Indiana, you guys have only been there for how long? Since 2017 is when you started.
Well, 2016.
Yeah. Have you been noticing your following getting bigger or like?
Well, yeah. Because it was, like a lot of times, depending on unless we're playing like out of town, we're playing in town, then we see like a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah,
and it's like it's weird saying like, oh yeah, I do have a small fan base. So it's but just a bunch of homies that come out to check out the show and everything.
Yeah. So is there like a big scene where you're at, like as far as in your actual town that you play in? Is there like a lot of other bands that are similar to you or like in the same genre?
It's actually it's a really big scene out here, and actually the goth scene is growing out here.
Is it?
I mean, there was a small one here when I first started moving out here, but over the past like maybe I'd say since 2020, like the goth scene has gotten much bigger than it was now because you have like 2 nights going on. One of them that has like live bands coming from like all across the country and some sides out of country coming playing there. So it's like, Dead Souls Gothic Lounge is a big deal. And then you have your spot for just dancing and hang out, which is another place called Spellbound.
Yeah.
Do
they play any of your music? Have you like hit up to play any of your music at those goth clubs? Or because like there's a lot you have that would fit perfect for it,
Dead Souls, yes. Spellbound, not so much. It's like they have their own thing that they want to they play. So it's like we're not actually going to be in that equation, and it's all good.
Yeah. They got they got to stick with their click or whatever.
Because it's like maybe some of our songs or some of my solo stuff would work with the crowd. Maybe it wouldn't. It's like
Yeah. What's the big club that everyone goes to there? Like what's like the main club that all the bands play? How like the Sunset Strip has the Whiskey and the Roxy. Right. Over here in Portland, we got Dante's and.
I hear you got places like the Melody Inn, Black Circle Brewery.
Yeah.
The place where they do Dead Souls, that's called Healer, and they do stuff like all the time. And some
cool.
They had they had HR from Bad Brains there, like I think like a year or two ago play there. So yeah, I mean they have some big shows there. So there's all kinds of stuff that goes on around the city. Is actually as compared to you know, I might be different now, but last time I was in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
You know, like places like like places where they had live music venues and like Hollywood and stuff was like far less than it is out here now, which is weird. But I don't know. They might have came up out there now. I don't know.
Didn't you open up for Udo Dirkschneider? You said one time,
oh yeah. With my old band BlaK, we opened up for
regular
them at the Whiskey. Yeah.
Okay, cool. How was that?
Oh, that was insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
you get to meet him.
Kind of didn't actually get to talk to him because I was like, I don't want to bug him. You know,
you probably saw him backstage. He'll probably get in.
Oh yeah,
a little short guy, huh? who's
little short old guy. He doesn't.
Who's taller, you or Udo? Who's taller? Because you're kind of short too, right? You're not too tall.
I think we're about the same height, actually. Yeah, we're both shorties.
Like you, Dio, and Udo.
Yeah,
short but mighty.
No, me and Udo have the same build, actually.
Yeah. He's the only guy I know that sounds like he's gargling glass, but he could sing on key.
Oh God, yeah.
But he sounds like he just took a glass of glass and just.
Fuck yeah, fucking Uncle Udo. Gotta love.
He's still done this shit, man. His last album he just put out last year was called Touchdown. Fucking badass album.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I saw that.
I think there's his son playing in it too, or playing in the band.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played the Whiskey. Is like number one is like there was like that was like one of the biggest crowds we played to, which was weird because I was like I wasn't expecting people to be there because we were the opening band.
Yeah.
I was like, there's gonna maybe be a handful of people. Nah, the floor was covered. I'm like, where the fuck did all you people come from?
Yeah.
You know, these are all metal.
Did you feel you had a good reception?
Did you have a good reception? I mean, they were all metalheads and shit, and they really dug what we did. So I was like,
good. That's good. Yeah.
And then Udo came on and just, you know, well, he just blew everyone away because it's Udo.
Yeah.
You know, that show was insane.
And imagine if Udo would have been like, hey, how'd you guys like BlaK? They rocked. Think BlaK. You know, because always the headliner band always thinks the opening band.
Yeah. If he did that, I would have just shit then. I was like,
right. And then have it on YouTube and shit where you can see it. Hell yeah.
Like how Juan Blak goes like I so excited he's shit in the middle of the Whiskey.
Yeah, right. So when you book shows in where you're at, like who's doing the booking? Are you booking, and do you have like kind of a mindset as far as how many groups or how many gigs you want to do a month, or do you just kind of play whenever there's an opportunity?
I usually whenever there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to book gigs and try to get a regular schedule, like try to get stuff ahead of time. But I'm trying not to do too many. Yeah. Because I don't want to oversaturate things.
You ever get screwed over by the owners for pay or anything? Like when you ask for pretty much pay?
You know, out here, no.
That's good.
It's crazy because it's like in LA, I'm like, you're lucky if you get drink tickets for playing.
Yeah, right.
Out here, pretty much 95% of the shows I've played out here, end of the night, we got some sort of like money for playing.
Yeah,
like,
that's good. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, as long as it's something, right? Even though it's
it's
even if you can't take it to the bank as far as a big chunk, as long as they're paying you something for your time. You know?
Exactly. It's like at least you're getting gas. They'll at least give you gas.
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
You know? It's like
and
you can sell merch there too. So then you know.
Do you usually headline your shows, or is it considered headlining if you're like the last band there? Like, you know, like some places are different. Like the headlining band might be the last band, but then there's always a band after them. But it's like the closing band. I remember like in Coconut Teaser in Hollywood, like we always played the 1 o'clock slot, but we always pretended we were headliners, you know, because we're last. But
didn't they used to call that the mop up slot?
Yeah, the mop up show. We'd have like 3 people there and shit.
Yeah, usually before I used to either end up in that first spot or that mop slot.
Yeah.
But I think it varies. I don't know. We're not necessarily headliners, obviously, because I mean there's a lot of bigger bands, local bands out here.
Yeah.
This last show we kind of sort of were the headliner, but that's only because we were like all the bands were trying to decide which order we would do. It was like, if it's like we can go this time, we'll go that time. I was like, I don't care. Because it was an early show. I didn't really care about what time we went on. I was like, oh shit.
Do they mosh at your shows? You get a mosh pit going, or are they allowed to? Because like the whiskey and shit, they start letting people do that, you know.
Not necessarily, not really. We don't. I mean, we kind of had a little bit here and there once in a while, but I mean, especially this incarnation lately, it's a little different. So now we have the thing now, which weirds me out now, is seeing people dance to some of the songs. I'm like, well, that's new,
right?
which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, you do have some pretty danceable sounding songs. Like I said, Chaos Lover, you can groove to that, you know.
Yeah. That's where I'm at now. I'm kind of wanting things to be still kind of heavy, but danceable. You mean heavy, but shake your ass to it, I guess.
Yeah, right. I pulled this song because I really like it. It's the song "Good Night," but you're doing it with who are you doing it with? There's the name
Motionless Paradox, Justin.
Yeah, that's Justin. That's Justin's
other project. Yeah, that was
okay. Cool.
Yeah,
let's check that out real quick here. I really love the melodies that you got going on here. I love that melody. It totally takes me back to like the time in Hollywood. It's been that mid '90s, that goth sound, and just did you come up with that melody yourself, or did Justin write that?
I know Justin wrote that actually.
The actual melody, like he told you how to sing it or whatever, as far as like the singing melody.
Not actually, the way it works, if I'm like when I'm writing stuff with Justin, it's like he'll have something, and I'm like, let me listen to it a couple times. I come up with something. And
okay, yeah. So you wrote your own melody then, basically. So
I do like the sound and everything. It just like, you know, it kind of make like when I listen to stuff, then it kind of makes the lyrics come sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the same with me. Like if the music has a cool like kind of chord progression behind it, or some good melodies going on, like guitar wise or keyboard wise or whatever, it inspires like a vocal melody. Because you got to remember the vocal melody is just as important or more important than the most important part of the song, especially when you're doing vocals. You know, that's why you get some instrumental songs. The melody is what makes the song, whether it's done on a guitar or a horn or a keyboard, but you're doing it with your voice and you're creating a melody, which is basically, they say 90% of songwriting is basically the melody, the lyrics, if there's a song with lyrics, and that's pretty much it. Like, you know, the chords alone ain't really a song, but then also the drum beat, the rhythm, you know, that makes the song. So yeah, that's a good melody that you popped up on that one. And and what's that song about? Like, so did Justin write the lyrics?
No, I wrote the lyrics. The song was inspired by a friend of his that had passed away, and it also the feel of the song also made me think of also like people who have lost. So that's just basically a song about loss and kind of just coming to terms with actually saying goodbye.
Yeah, I could tell you really connected with the music, whether even if you wrote the lyrics, or like even if he would have wrote the lyrics, but you found that way to connect with what it meant.
It was one of those things that just came together like really well.
It's a beautiful thing.
Also, sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say also real quick for move on quick. quick little fun fact about that video, or weird fact, depending on how you want to look at it.
Okay.
So like certain parts, like the driving parts and the parts with myself in it.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of it, like I film, but I film with my phone. My phone has like a good camera on it.
Yeah.
And you see like a lot of like the driving things. Everything is kind of clear and everything.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, because I filmed, I drove by a cemetery a few times to film, for some of those scenes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can notice or not. I tried to cut some of it out, but it was kind of hard to. For some reason, just when I was focusing on cemetery alone, for some reason, that's when my phone would like glitch out and it would just go blurry. Blur out. It was weird. It didn't do it on anything else. Doesn't do it on anything else still, before and after.
So you feel like you were getting some kind of spiritual connection from the graveyard, probably, most likely.
Something.
Energy, yeah.
Some kind of energy, which doesn't like surprise me, considering fact what it was, But yeah, it was just like, it was weird. It's like like whenever the camera gotten, and once I drive past the cemetery, it's fine.
Like regular.
And then I go right back by it again. It does it again. It was a trip.
You need to hit up Ricky Rocket from Poison. He does those ghost hunt videos now.
Oh, does he? I did not know that.
He's like a YouTube channel. He's like, he just did the Winchester house or whatever, and I guess he's got some kind of thing going on. Yeah, it'd be cool if say, hey man, because he's always looking. I guess he's always looking for different places or haunted or whatever like that. Yeah, but I can see that. I can see that.
Really happening. I'm about to look that fool up now.
Like, yeah. Look up his page. He's got a YouTube channel too. It's really cool. Like he does like little ghost hunting stuff, and
which is weird. Weird I haven't ran across it because I watch a lot of YouTube channels like that too.
Yeah.
Like really good ones I like.
Yeah, I think he's already been doing it for a couple of years, maybe. There's my cat. Cameron, calm down. I'm trying to tape here.
I was like, for a second, I thought, does he have a chicken in the background? It's a cat. Close enough.
Yeah. Hey, so you think we should attempt number 2, or do you feel? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we already had One of the Living playing, and then we went to Good Night. So we'll be One of the Living if we survive this. Otherwise, we'll be saying Good Night.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
This might be the last one I can probably handle, though.
If considering the fact how number 1 was, this I don't know if I'll be getting past this. And this is like,
there you go.
You want to try with me? Oh,
Dump all in my hand, fool.
Huh? I don't know. I was trying to don't pass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
So it's
okay.
My spouse
like last time. Just like last time, number 2 isn't as hot. It's just kind of dusty tasting.
Oh no, that's bad like when they're dusty tasting.
It tastes like eating a dead corpse. Wait, what's a dead corpse taste like?
Not fresh.
Oh, you know what it is? It's when you swallow it. That's when it's hot. When you're chewing it, it's not that bad. But when you swallow it, you know what's weird is like I probably like them if they just tasted better. It's just when you swallow it, it tastes. It's like eating peanut butter with freaking peppers in it.
The last batch tasted better than this.
Yeah. Woo. So let me ask you, Juan, when you were a kid, were you bullied? Were you bullied a lot?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, me too. How did you handle your bullying? Did you fight back? Did it affect you how you are today?
Yes, all the above.
Yeah,
I'd fight back. Got my ass kicked.
Yeah. What were you mostly bullied about? Just because being different.
Being different.
Yeah.
I mean, kids are weird. Like, I got picked on for being fat.
Yeah.
Some places got picked on for being black.
Yeah.
Ooh. These nuts are bullying me right now.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
When you went to school, was it like mostly all white kids?
The first school I went to, it was mixed. Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh no, I'm almost out of liquid.
I know, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to drink this milk, man. I'm gonna wimp out. Ding, ding, ding! I surrender. But the milk's not even cold.
Oh
You
no!
okay?
Ooh, that's getting my tongue.
And dude, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I was bullied too, man. I was bullied for being, I guess, kind of small and scrawny, but you know. And then I tried to be a bully. I said, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna be the bully. And I ended up getting my ass kicked by this little kid, man. He fucking kicked my ass all over his fucking front yard. Hit me and my friend. We both took him on it. I found out he knew karate and shit.
Ooh.
So we're like, yep, I guess we just can't be bullies. Guess we'll go back to getting our asses kicked. And then the one time I did fight back, I punched this big old dude in the mouth. I remember his name is what was his name? I always remembered it too. It started with the A. Anyway, I punched him in the jaw, and I ran like hell. And I get home, and it's like my fucking hand was fractured. My grandmother was like, "You didn't double your fist up correctly. You didn't hold it tight enough." It's like she's gonna teach me how to fucking fight while she's driving me to the ER to get cast on it. Abel, that was his name. Abel, fucking Abel. Man. 7th grade.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Is there one thing you want to say to the bullies out there who can see you now? as your mouth is on fire.
Oh, what's wrong? You need more chalky milk.
Woo!
Do you need more chalky milk, honey?
Yes, I need more chalky milk.
Yes, the baby need chalky milk. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat that chocolate, that big old giant chocolate cookie back there. Yeah, I don't think I can handle the third one.
It was for me for some reason, which is weird.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I?
Hmm?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to whip out here.
Yeah, me too.
Had to get a refill. Like, no way.
You're not that bad.
I'm gonna try this jug of water.
My spouse will give me a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that bad. Ooh.
Well, it's not.
Well, it was for me.
Or let's see a battle between you and your spouse. So hot nut challenge between you two.
Get the carb master.
Yeah. Get the chocolate going.
Yes, low carb is pretty good.
Yeah. Whew.
Here we go.
Who are your top influences musically? Who would you say inspires you the most, even to this day, that you look up to as a musician or an artist, or even not even have to be a musician or artist?
Definitely.
Somebody you admire and look up to.
The Damned.
Oh yeah, The Damned. Uh-huh.
Gary Newman.
Gary Newman. Yeah, I hear a lot of him in your music.
Yeah, I was really loved.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no question, especially when you hear your earlier stuff, that you really into the Misfits and Danzig, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I notice you don't sound as much like Glenn Danzig as when I first heard you, a couple of years ago. I was like, wow, he's got the Danzig thing going on, Danzig does that thing where when he sings the no, and he takes down the note because it drops after each line, and you were doing that a lot in your earlier stuff. But I notice you don't. Now you sing now you found your voice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from that because I remember.
Yeah, because of course you're going to still have a little in there that's your influence. I mean, there's like I always get Peter Murphy, because I'm singing low and doing the whole high thing or whatever.
I remember I was like, when I first started playing in bands in LA.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of people that were involved with my old drummer and everything. Like, hey, you sound like the Black Danzig.
Black Zig.
Yeah. And at the time, I was like, fuck it. Okay, I'll lean into it.
Yeah.
And after a while, I'm like, no, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be the Black Danzig. I just want to be me.
Well, what it is with Danzig and singers like Danzig is they just have such a distinctive voice. He thinks he sounds like Elvis Presley. That's why he did the Elvis record, which I think is horrible.
But, oh God, everybody hates that record. Yeah. Oh my God.
I've heard
Like, what the
Elvis
fuck were you
impersonators
thinking,
sing way
Glenn?
better. I mean, he's a good singer. Don't get me wrong. He's there's a difference between a good singer and a singer who just sings really cool or fits the music that they're singing. Like me, I don't
And
consider
always-
myself a great singer. I'm the singer that fits my music. You know, I'm not trying to be Jeff Tate or whoever else. You know,
Right.
you know.
And really, his vocals,
Mhm.
and he's trying to copy off of Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much Elvis kind of stole that vocal style himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
From like black blues singers, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We stole everything from the black blues singers.
Oh yeah. Nobody wants to have that conversation now.
Whenever they say rock and roll stole from the blues singers, like, no, well, Elvis stole it, and then you know,
yeah,
and it became what it became. That, you know, yeah. If you think about it,
Hound Dog. That's a prime example right there.
Yeah. I mean, and not only that, I mean, obviously it came from the slave days, right? When they would just play the blues and like they kind of created that music, you know, the slaves when they had back into guitars and stuff. And it's like, and to me, like that was the beginning of rock, you know, no matter what. Like, even if like, let's just say the white people didn't steal it, it still would have became some form of rock music.
Oh,
know?
Yeah.
Like Jimi Hendrix, I guess, I consider it, you know. Elvis, I guess, stole it before Jimmy was able to get it. Like Jimmy came after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy was a kind of a legend in his own right. He started up a bunch of different guitar playing styles too. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he's got his own style. It was like, how can you play any Jimi Hendrix stuff? Like, that's the one guy I can't play. Like, I can't play anything he does. Except for I could do All Along the Watchtower. I can do the first part of the solos, about it, you know. But because he just improvises. Like, he does what I do, just improvise and a lot of his stuff. But
he just improvised. He pop a tab of acid. To go, all right, let's go.
Yeah, just let it flow and let it fly. That's the kind of guitar playing I love. But he's just got such a unique style, and you know, I've always been into guitar players who just like to play different things whenever they play live, because it's like. And that's my question to you. Like, how do you feel about bands that do backing tracks? And I know it's an okay thing for me. Like my thing with backing tracks, it's okay to use them if you're using it as a part of your music. Like, let's say an extra drum piece or electronic drum or whatever, or like a sample for like maybe there's an effect in the song or a keyboard line. You know, maybe you have a song that just has one keyboard line. You're not going to hire a keyboard player just to come on tour with you just for that one piece.
Right.
You play to that, but now we got bands that are like rock or even punk or whatever. They're supposed to be raw. It's supposed to be live, and they're freaking like lip syncing. You know.
Oh, okay. As far as lip syncing goes, I'll get on that a second. Like to the backtracking thing, though, the backtracks.
Yeah.
As someone, I have used backtracks
because
you know at the time.
Yeah.
You know, have maybe one.
I think I did see a show where you play. I think I did see a show where you had you didn't have a drummer, but you had drums on a track, right? That you're playing to.
Yeah. I had those tracks, which once again from our buddy Justin. Hi, Justin. I had that, a bass player and a synth player, and a show before that I had the bass player and a guitar player.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. And I think that's fine.
And as I'm gonna probably like eventually I'm gonna do like solo stuff live.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those tracks will be gonna be backing tracks and me doing vocals along to them.
Yeah. That'd be hard because I'd feel like I'd feel constrained. Like I'd have to, like, if I get out of the box or whatever just a little bit, like I fuck it all up or some shit. But that's why
it's you just got to feel it out. I mean, you can a little bit, as long as you if you sing along to the tracks enough, then you know
like
where's what's what. So
what the
you
tempo
kinda,
is and everything.
Yeah. It gives you a little bit of room.
Yeah.
As far as lip syncing goes, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually never seen a band like lip sync live before.
Yeah.
The only one I saw, there's this one performance by there's this group called SRSQ.
Yeah.
And they were playing, and she had like vocals, and she was lip syncing to the vocals.
I see,
but the reason why she even said it during the show, the reason why she was doing it is because, you know, she had laryngitis, so she wanted to put on a good show.
Yeah. I said, well, stay home then. Or at least put it on your ticket. I think bands that do that, or even artists, should put it on the ticket. This is not a fully 100% live show. This is like 30% live or 80% live. At least be upfront about it. Like, I don't have no problem with the band if they're upfront about it. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we do it, you know? Especially with you, if you're playing like to a drum track or whatever, like the audience knows that, you know? It's not like you don't have a drummer back there pretending like he's playing, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's playing to like like people are accusing Tommy Lee of doing or whatever. Which,
Plus, I want to like tape some arms and drumsticks to the laptop.
Or you have the bass player where he's got his tracks going, but he's pretending like he's playing. It's like, no, there's bands that do that shit. I'm like, it's funny because it's like, and then they get celebrated these days. Like especially like the pop singers. It's like they get Grammys for lip syncing, whereas like back in the day, Ashley Simpson lip sync on Saturday Night Live. They caught her, and her whole career was fucking destroyed. And look at Milli Vanilli, whole career.
I was about to say Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. You gotta watch it. Have you seen that documentary on Milli Vanilli? It just came out last year.
I have not. I forgot about it. Actually,
it's so good, man. I think it's on Paramount Plus, or whatever. It's on one of those streaming services.
I had to check it out. See, I got Paramount Plus, so hopefully it's on there.
It really makes you see what they went through. I was in the Milli Vanilli. I remember I had that first tape. I really liked it. Like I'm in metal.
I've always wondered what happened to the band that was actually did vocals and the music.
Oh, they talk about that in the documentary, and they talk about how they got sort of duped into it, and that producer was a fucking maniac and shit. And yeah, it's a great documentary. I think it's one of the best that I've seen in a long time. And I love the guy that's still alive. I follow him on Instagram now, and he actually sings for real now, and he's got good music. He writes his own music, and he still looks good. He still looks young, and he's got the hair, the dreads and shit. Looks really cool.
I wonder how often how often he has to remind people, like, no, this is actually me singing this song.
Yeah. I'm sure
I swear it's me. It really is.
Yeah, the poor guy's probably going to go through the rest of his life. He can probably put out the best stuff that's real, and he's still going to get those hecklers that are like, oh, yeah, you're lip syncing. It's like, poor guy. Yeah. It's a really good documentary. Now, what about as far as, like, where do we see BlaK SundaY going? Like, where do we see it going as far as, like, have you actually reached out to labels? Can you see yourself getting signed, or do you want to get signed, or like especially with nowadays where you don't really even need a record deal because we're in this whole do it yourself age, but at the same time it is nice to have some kind of distribution as far as representation and things like that. But like, how important is that to you?
There was a time I was like, ooh, I would love her to get signed. Ooh, maybe Cleopatra is signed us or something. And of course I heard Cleopatra was a kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Sign with, and they don't. You see the direction that they're going nowadays, anyway.
Yeah.
But I was on a label for a minute briefly, and that was not lucrative at all. That there was like the label did no promotion to help with anything.
Yeah. They pretty much did what you could have done yourself, right?
They're not really around anymore. I can say that it was a label called Dr. Cyclops Records.
Okay.
At the time before then, like in early 2000s, late 90s, they did like a lot of like horror punk stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And like there were some decent bands on there, on the roster.
Yeah.
But by the time BlaK got around to like, hey, I want to get on the label too,
Yeah.
They were already kind of like a lot of those bands were kind of like on the kind of or they had moved on to something else.
Yeah.
And so they distributed our first EP, but like I said, they didn't even have a website.
Really?
Like the website was their website. They did nothing for promoting.
What does the contract look like? I can imagine what the contract look like. Oh, here's what you get. Here's what we get. Sign your name on the dotted line.
When actually thinking about it, there wasn't even a contract. It was more of a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
Just verbal. Hey, homies. Hey,
I got a label. You want to be on it? Yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. See you in court.
To be fair, we probably didn't make him a lot of money anyway.
Yeah.
But it didn't help much that he wasn't actually promoting anybody that was on the label in the first place.
He's probably just some dude that probably like, oh, I'm gonna have a label, and doesn't do nothing but just like the idea of having a label.
Well, yeah. I mean, and the thing is, the label was doing pretty good before that, like a few years prior.
Yeah.
It's just at that point, I think the labels are on its way out anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you gonna have a record label and no website?
Yeah.
No nothing. Not even a Twitter.
Like I think the only labels are gonna maybe be lucrative for any band would be like the Nuclear Blast or the Napalm or the Metal Blade, and there's probably a bunch of punk ones too that are like up there pretty, because they're actually going to take care of your distribution. They're going to put the vinyl out. They're going to give you an agent to where you can book interviews and things like that. And even though they don't do like the old labels where they give you like a big old freaking giant chunk of money, and then but even though like even like if it's a label that's smaller than those, they're basically just going to do what you would do yourself. They're just fronting the money for you, and you got to pay that money back if you don't sell the amount of stuff that they, if they're paying for the studio to record in, then you got to make sure you sell enough to pay that studio back before you make any money back.
Exactly, and that's why I'm like nowadays it's like I really don't care about having a label because like unless they're really gonna like help out with a lot of things and actually make it worthwhile, then I will just do it ourselves.
What about festivals? Have you looked into playing some of the, because there's so many festivals, and especially I think I could see you guys being on what's the goth festival that's always in LA, the London After Midnight always plays it, all the 80s bands.
The Cruel World, yeah. I'd love to.
I could see you on that.
I would love to. I mean, it's a matter of trying to get a hold of people and talk to them about it.
There is a buy-in option for a lot of those festivals where you actually just pay a fee and you get to be on the stage in front of those people. I'm not sure what the cost is. I know some of them could be anywhere between $3,000 to $10,000, but if you have that kind of money to spend, it's basically a lot. You're going to be in front of 30,000, 10,000 people or whatever, then that's worth it because you're going to be exposed. So it's basically like taking out a giant ad,
It's a whole pay to play thing, but I mean, I guess that's a different type of situation because you're playing in front of more people.
Yeah, you're paying for the exposure basically, and and obviously if you have merchandise, you're going to clean up on that. You're going to make your money back if you impress. Let's say you're playing in front of 10,000 people and you impress 2,000 of those people. At least I would say 700 or 800 of those people are going to buy your shirts and your CDs at the booth, and that's gonna, so you're making the money back. So
that's true. That's
how like a lot of those bands do it, and then next thing you know, you're playing the next festival, and then you get some dude comes in and say, "Hey, I want to give you a contract, or I want to do this with you, do that with you."
Yeah,
I can see your music getting in. You should submit your music to like music directors. I can see you getting in a soundtrack of some sort.
Yeah, which is that's stuff I'm working on. I'm trying to like working on networking with people.
Join Taxi. I mean, Taxi is only $300 a year. It's worth it though because you're putting your music up there, and the music directors are looking for you. It's not you looking for them. They're looking for you because and they hear what they like. And like you got a music director that's working on like let's say whatever TV series. They'd rather pay you an exclusive deal than to pay like P. Diddy or 50 Cent or somebody that's like like a big time star or Taylor Swift. They'd rather pay a guy like you like $30,000 or $10,000 just for the use of that 30 seconds of your song for a trailer or something like that. And then so what Taxi does is they'll negotiate that deal with you, and
no, be good.
Always good. It's good to be part of that whole community. I'm going to sign up with it eventually. I've just been waiting till I get more music recorded to make it worth my while. But there's ways to make money in music now. It's just I think there's way more than it was before without being signed.
Oh yeah,
it's all about networking.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get better at. I'm learning as I go along. So further promote things, and
it's hard to be like that too. Like especially when you want to focus on the creative side. So sometimes it does help to maybe get somebody on your team that can do that for you.
Yeah,
whether it's a close friend. That's what Moby did. Moby, he played it smart in the beginning. He said he got all of his friends. He said he found whatever friend was talented in whatever area, whether it's promoting, management, whatever. He got all of them on his team, and that's what helped build him to where he is today. As far as when he first started out, I always thought that was kind of cool. And so yeah, it's a good idea to do that. Because you have a bunch of friends. You got somebody's good at like making flyers or advertising. Somebody's good at websites. You get that person on your team, and because you're not having to pay them yet. Everyone just kind of working together until. When I get paid, you get paid. We all get paid. Together.
Yeah.
As opposed to hiring an agent or whatever.
Which works, it can pay off.
Yeah. So what's next on the list of what's next on the horizon for BlaK SundaY as far as new music? Is there an album in the works?
Yeah, definitely working on new music. We already got some new songs we've been working on.
Yeah.
I have stuff that's like from the show. We did like a couple of them we played at the show, and I'm debating on like putting out little clips, teaser clips, or I might not. I'm like, do I want to do that or do I want to wait? I might. Yeah, I mean, guess like a little tease would be fine. But yeah, we're definitely working on new songs. I would like to get an actual, not just like a compilation of older tracks, but an actual full-length album.
Full-length album, yeah.
With new stuff on, with new songs, like, you know, probably by the end of summer, if possible, at least.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You're going to do some more writing with Justin?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's good, yeah.
And definitely plan on doing more music there.
Yeah,
I got another song for the solo project I've been working on myself. Because I've been working with Lube. I might add some other people to it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, you have a solo music as opposed to BlaK SundaY. Let's talk a little bit about that. Like, so what's...
Okay.
I have this song called Go that I've pulled up. Is that part of your solo stuff?
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep at all last night, so I went on a late night drive down Ventura Boulevard. Just me, the lights in my car. Decisions are hard, I think it's time to go.
Really good vocal right there. That pie, yeah, it came down with the melody.
Yeah, that was that was like, once again, much like with One of the Living, there was a lot of takes of that.
Yeah.
And years later, I'm still not happy with the vocals on that. Personally,
yeah, I think it sounds good. Definitely, I hear the Gary Newman influence in that one. I also hear a little bit of the Killers. Are you into the Killers? The early stuff? Yeah. Like that first album, especially. It kind of reminds you of that the kind of keyboard that they use and the melody. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, do we want to do number 3, or are we gonna like?
You know what? I hate. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna tap out.
Yeah, me too.
Because if number 2 is making me do that, I'm like, you know what? No, maybe I'll grind them up and I'll put them in something.
We're not true metal. We can't make it to 3.
You're not eating the rest of them?
Huh?
You're not eating the rest of them?
No.
Hell no, man.
Huh?
Why?
Well, I'm not gonna toss them.
Why is it a little spicy?
Yeah, it's a little spicy. Yes.
We're whipping out, man.
A little too much for you.
I can see all the subscriptions. My metalhead subscribers are all like, "Oh, they're leaving. Hey, come back, come back."
You know, I'll have a couple of these. How about this? I'll compromise. We're gonna
Yeah, let's see.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
compromise to the peer pressure.
let's eat one nut just to see. See how hot it would
One
get.
nut challenge.
Yeah, the one. This is basically a one nut challenge right here. Let's see what it would have been like.
Yes, it's just a teaser.
Tastes almost like two. Not as bad. Kind of sweet, but like, oh, it's creeping up on me.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
This-
Man, imagine if we ate the whole handful.
Yeah,
Shit.
this would have been a problem. Ooh.
You feeling it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid one nut.
And before we wrap up, I'm gonna put everyone that's watching this, check out BlaK SundaY. I got all the links in the description. I'm gonna put all where to find your music on Bandcamp, especially that's where the main place to find you guys, right?
Right. Yeah.
BlaK SundaY at Bandcamp, and that's a BLAK capital K SUNDY capital Y. Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's right.
what's the one thing for the BlaK SundaY fans that are watching this? What's the one thing you want to tell them? What's one thing that they need to know about Juan Blak that they don't know already?
Ooh, that I can't handle my nuts apparently.
Yeah, that you can't. That's a good one, right?
Ooh, but besides that, but one thing they don't know about me.
Yeah, that you're really a Trump supporter. Just kidding.
You found me out. Damn. Oh, get on the Trump train, brother. No
Trump.
I can't even joke about that.
Yeah, right. I was just going at it earlier.
God damn it.
Yeah, down that milk, chocolate milk. I should have got chocolate milk.
That I swear I can handle spice better than this. Honestly,
how about this?
Okay.
Well, what's some advice you would give somebody who's watching this, who likes what you do, but they want to start a band or they want to be in a band? Like, what would you give a young musician who is thinking about being in a band in this day and age? But they've heard about how it was in the past, and but what would you give them? Some kind of advice?
Work hard. Don't expect things to just fall in your lap.
Exactly.
And do it for the love of the music.
Yeah. Love what
Don't
you
do it because you think you're going to make a lot of money and
get
a lot of fame and all that, because it don't work like that.
Nope. The money is just icing on the cake.
Yep. And hopefully maybe you get that icing.
Yeah. I even look at it like I do everything just for myself. Like, in other words, I have to like what I write. When I'm writing a song, I have to really love it. It has to be something that I could see myself listening to or liking before it ever goes out the door or whatever. Because I feel like if that's the case, and if somebody else likes it, then that's just icing on the cake to me. And I say, well, I guess we got the same music taste, which is even cooler. We got the same taste in music because you like what I like.
Exactly.
You could only hope that people like it. But when they say like, oh, you only do it for yourself, then why don't you just stay in your room and don't put it out? It's like, well, I put it out because it's like we have that ability to do so, because we don't have record labels controlling everything and aren't constructed. I mean, remember 20, 30 years ago, shit, we had to like fucking send our shit off in snail mail, and we had to go on foot to fucking get ourselves noticed, and
underground tape trading
and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what I was going to ask you about real quick before we cut out is this album here, the album that we were talking about, the newest one, Songs of Love, Death, and Revolution. Get out there and get that. But I noticed it's on CD. Why come I don't got a fucking CD? I need to get this on CD. I got the digital version. Where do you get it at?
Send it to you yet?
Yeah, no, you don't have to send me. I want to actually buy it. I like supporting the music and stuff. But I didn't. I didn't know you had physical copies of it.
Yeah, that's a recent thing.
Okay, cool.
Right now, you can actually buy the physical copies directly from me.
Okay. Where do they get you at, on Facebook or your BlaK SundaY? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. How much
Facebook or Instagram?
How much they go for?
$15.
$10.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 15 with shipping.
Shipping and stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fair price for a great CD.
If you're out of country, I'm trying to figure that out though.
Now, are you signing these CDs or autographing them?
If somebody wants me to, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when I order one, you got to autograph it for me.
Whose name you want to put on it?
Yeah, right. Put the Donald Trump. Your shout out
You're Donald Trump. Our war is for you.
Imagine he'd like use your song like if he used it for his campaign, you'd be like,
"Oh God, that would backfire." Well, that's right. This is our war, and we're going to take America back very goodly.
Mm-hmm. I like when he does this. It's like jerking off the two cocks. The dance.
It's like air guitar, but with jerking off.
Yeah, and he does it with YMCA. Like, do you know that those guys? You know. I found out one guy in YMCA was straight. It was like, yeah, there was one straight.
Oh yeah, the Village People. Yeah. There was actually, I thought it was more than one guy.
Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was. I met the guy that always wore the cop hat.
Oh yeah,
like, or the biker D. I met him at a club one time, and because he was singing solo, he did like I guess he was like the house thing or whatever, house guest of the club. Went to a gay club with my friends, and he was there, and we got to talk to him. And
nice.
Well, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to sing your song, you know, running around the neighborhood. Macho man.
Oh God, I remember those.
Songs. Yeah, those are Village People. Yeah. Because you always had the cool characters. You had the Indian, you had the construction worker, you know.
It was weird. There's a lot of music I kind of missed out on. I didn't check out, especially as far as you know, in the queer culture.
Yeah.
Because I got to check out later. Like, you know, there was like people like Sylvester.
Yeah.
Other bands. It's like, it was just like, oh wow, why didn't I check this out back then?
Yeah. I like a lot of the gay bands, like Erasure, like the guys who were openly gay and everything, you know, because like, and especially, I always felt that they were good songwriters, and there was a time I was like, well, maybe I need to be gay to be like to write that fucking melody, you know. How is it these guys are write like, you know, Boy George, you know, Culture Club? I mean, great songs, like, just great songwriters, and you know, it's like maybe there's something in that I'm not doing right.
It's our secret queer power that we're not telling them. Right?
That's what you guys got. But you gotta
get that's gonna be our secret. Damn it.
Yeah.
Can't give you straights everything. Goddamn it.
So your message to the fans: if you want to write good songs, you got to be gay. That's the only way.
No, actually, my message is: if you're already gay, don't tell the straights how we do it.
Yeah, right.
Don't give away our secrets.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what, that incident like with Tommy that one year, you know, we already know what happened with that. So
yeah,
we don't talk about Tommy anymore.
Right.
You could say Tommy who, and I say exactly.
Yeah. And on that note, I want to thank you so much, Juan Blak, for joining the Metal Block. You know, and I want everyone to get out there, get his music.
Thanks for getting me on here to torture me.
Yeah. We did make it all the way through the nut challenge, but we're still, you know, we still got freaking our masculinity. We are powerful.
We still got our nuts.
Yeah, we still got our nuts. That's the thing. We got our nuts. We didn't lose our fucking nuts.
No.
We'll have to do a part 2.
We kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, part 2. Ooh, we should, but now it's dangerous though, because these are the rough ones.
Right.
Put them down.
Yeah. So when everyone out there, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to everyone. If we all just woke up in the morning and said, you know what, I'm not going to be a dick today. I'm not going to be a bitch today. If we just woke up and say, you know what, I'm going to be kind to people. It'd be world peace, right?
Be kind to people. Be kind to yourself. Definitely be kind to yourself, because we live in a day age. Everybody's so hard on themselves, including me.
Because my philosophy is, if you're not good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, because that goes under the if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? I mean, I kind of disagree with that. I mean, you can love somebody like a lot and not love yourself. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, is it good? No. You need to love yourself, be able to care about you.
Because that's how you get wrapped into a codependency relationship. If you don't love yourself, but you're loving someone else more than you love yourself, and then the other person's doing the same, that's where codependency comes. Yeah. But you gotta love you gotta love yourself. Or at least try.
Be good to yourself.
Yeah. Just be good to yourself. And
another thing, back to real quick, also for musicians, if you're like, that's the other thing. You know, go easy on yourself. Try not to compare yourself to other people.
Yep.
If you're like, you know, don't fall on that trap of being bitter. It's like, oh, well, this guy's doing this and I'm not. And it's like, Don't worry about it. Do your fucking thing.
Yeah, just do your thing, and it also helps to listen to music, be open-minded to all kinds of music and all kinds of cultures and different people. And just be open-minded. Because I always like this: if you're open-minded, if you go into anything open-minded and you give it a try, you have nothing to lose. It's either you're going to like it or you're not. It's going to work or it's not going to work. You know, you go back to what you were doing if it doesn't work out.
Except for Five Finger Death Punch. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, right. That's not metal. That's Nickelback with distortion.
That's almost an insult to Nickelback. Come on.
I know, right? Yeah, poor Nickelback.
That thing is Nickelback did a couple of songs. I look back, I was like, you know what? That song did kind of slap though. It's like maybe we made fun of them a little too much.
Yeah, they got a documentary coming out I wanted to see, and they actually kind of make fun of themselves. And I guess it's like about the whole people that always make them as like a joke band or whatever. So
right.
I want to see that.
Well, that's good. That's cool. You can laugh at yourself.
Yeah, like they actually are good sports about it. All right, everybody, horns up and peace out. Yeah. Doo-doo.